What's good, Deluxe family? Welcome back to the channel. In this video right here, we have creepy conspiracy theories that will make you question reality. Now, I do need to make mention, I am not backing up every single statement made in this video. I'm not saying it's all facts, and I don't want to be spreading misinformation. So if there's any topic in this video that you want to know more about, I would suggest you do your own research. Need to make that clear. Alright, so without further ado, let's get straight into this.
By law, your body, your physical body is a corporation. So when you die, you're a corpse. Because when you're living, you're a corporation. Words and terms are based on maritime admiralty, the law of water. It's an extraordinary story about how governments rule the world. And unless you understand this, you're never going to figure out what's going on. Where do you find banks? You find banks on the side of a river. So what does a river bank do? It directs the flow of the current, because your currency is the cash flow, the liquid asset. And so money goes through your hands like water. No, money is water. It's the flow. As much money as you print, you've got to take some back in to make it valuable. The tide goes out, it's got to come back in. Money goes out, money comes in.
I was trying to follow, bro. Wait, hold up. I know none of y'all read that fast. Let's read it together. It says, Kanye said if he ever went missing and came back doing the opposite of what he's doing, of what he do, it's not him. He comes back, zero rants, married, and shopping at Balenciaga. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think happened to Kanye?
Read some of your letters, man, because you know, it's a lot of them hit the internet, man. One of the things you were talking about a lot while you were in prison was a lot of the conspiracy theory stuff, Illuminati stuff. Do you still believe that?
Yeah.
It's really. Talk to me about, because I remember, can we bring this up real quick? It's just it's from your letter. I'm going to read it. It says, the exact moment in time when I discovered the entire planet was being lied to and was put upon a spell to keep us unaware of it was back in 1996, around the time Biggie got locked up for the tech in his house. And then there was something else here that I thought was interesting. You said Jay-Z knows the truth, but he chose sides with evil in order to be accepted in the corporate. Jay-Z conceals the truth from the black community and promotes the lifestyle of the beast instead.
Sheesh.
You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on, because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me.
They don't.
And I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it that were like, surely that couldn't be, because a whole place can't be like, you know, Weird Town, you know, where the stranger wanders in and all the people are in the bar and they all shut up when he looks at them, and they tell you don't go into the house on the hill, and it's like that. And then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real at the time, and you think, Now this is what I mean by actually starting to swim up or downstream with the rest of the salmon. You know, eventually, if you stay here long enough, you'll find yourself doing that. And you have to, there's a way of doing it without doing it. And that takes time. And it takes relaxation.
Not being uncomfortable about...
Not being uncomfortable. Realizing it for what it is.
Projecting.
Understanding what it is. Once you understand it, well, then you're not afraid of it anymore. So you can just walk around it, through it. And then get on with what you tried to get on with in the first place. A place like this can humiliate you. And it can humiliate you, it can be humbling. I mean, it does rip your life to pieces.
Is it?
If you'll let it.
Yeah.
And it's always pounding at the walls. It's these little guys, these little heathens with no soul downstairs with horns on their head with a battering ram trying to like beat your wall.
He's talking about Hollywood, yeah.
this reptilian bloodline you talk about, how do they manage to keep it pure?
Well, they haven't, in fact. The reason why people in positions of power today look like normal humans and basically act like normal humans is because they have interbred over and over again.
I've heard this rumor that our presidents come from this bloodline.
That is absolutely true. It's real. These reptilian people in positions of power are literally coming from another dimension.
Yeah, do y'all think politicians are reptilians? Do y'all think they came from a different dimension? Beyonce high on drugs. Or Jay-Z has her at MK Ultra. That is kind of weird how she's just moving back and forth. Dang, yeah. One thing I can say, this doesn't look too normal. Jeez. Takeoff
is Aaron Dotson. And he's very well. He's okay.
So Takeoff faked his death?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Hell no.
Don't hit me up unless it's over 10.
Now, who the heck is this?
Same exact person. So make sure you guys share this video because this has to be like the most obvious one out of all of my videos. But anyways, here's some more comparisons of Takeoff and Tato. They look
I could barely see this joint small as heck.
This is what I mean about Orlando Brown. Yes, he's giving you the half truth. Takeoff is alive. He says that. But then he will mix it with a bullshit lie to confuse you, saying it's someone that it's not. Who I just showed you in that previous video is Takeoff. Look at them. And go look at who Orlando Brown said it was. No, this is what controlled opposition characters on the world stage will do. They will tell you the truth, but then they'll mix it with lies. So he won't tell you the full truth. Okay?
Because one of the things I asked him was, I said, I get it.
Why do they sacrifice
but I don't
babies?
get it. The children. You've got to, I have such a problem with this.
Yeah, guys, this actually goes back to ancient times, and then many people do believe that elite people are still doing it to this day to gain power. And this is like the god, the lowercase g god Molech, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it's Molech. You can fact check me on that, but you used to worship that god by giving them your baby for a sacrifice.
Explain this one to me, and he said, well, first of all, you're looking at it the wrong way. I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, they don't define children the way you do. They don't define the world the way you do. The choices that you face are not their choices, right? They look at it completely differently. And I said, well, okay, so how do they look at it? And he said, for them, everything is defined by their one fundamental, all-consuming purpose. I said, which is what? He said, to defeat God. Right? Because this is the moment. I mean, for them, it's about the real God. The true gods are them. And Satan, them. Right? And so he said, children are the closest thing on earth to God.
Yeah.
Because we are created in the image of God. And as
Jesus did say, if you ever do want to enter heaven, become like one of these little ones right here, to become children of God. Because when you're a child, you're so innocent and you have so much creativity, you're really in tune with God.
They haven't had time to be corrupted and to stray. So for them, the younger you are, the closer you are to God, the more pain they can inflict on God. So the more you can make a baby or a small child suffer,
that's so
the
silly.
greater your victory over God. And that is the only consideration for them.
Wow.
Outside of that doesn't exist.
Wow. Obviously, I would never think about it that way. It's God.
Conspiracy.
How in the world can they possibly think they defeating God? What?
I like to call it the side of TikTok that's on the wrong side of the tracks. A lot of people requested me to come out and talk about Maya Sobhy and theories about where she is, what happened to her, etc., etc. Maya Sobhy is an Egyptian conspiracy theorist and scientist who came about around 2011. She didn't really gain traction until somebody pulled up her videos recently and discussed how like a lot of these things already occurred in terms of like the virus, the pandemic, everything that was going on with that. But there are very interesting theories about Maya Sobhy. One of them that's, you know, a lot of people have said on this app is that she is one of them, and that she wanted to get the message across and then like just disappeared. Another fascinating one that they talked about was there was somebody who claimed that her eyes in the studio when she was filming with this man, you know, converted to like reptilian eyes, which is not proven, but that's another conspiracy theory. Some people believe that she was wearing a mask, and that's why like her makeup is over the top and she has bangs to hide her hairline. Some other people have claimed that she is obviously unalived, which I hope is not the case. People believe that she's still making videos with a scientist who's also in Egypt right now, but without showing her identity. But I've heard the audio, and the audio doesn't match with the voice that I've heard in the interviews. Another thing I've heard is that she could be in hiding. She maybe moved to another country. You know, there's so many things floating about who she is or like what she is. There's no really documentation about her. No family has claimed her. It's just one of those things that nobody understands really what is going on or who she is or how she came about or anything at this point. But it's very interesting to understand these things when you listen to her videos.
Well, that's crazy. So she had all this knowledge about Egyptian history and like things that were going on. She said everything that's happening right now already happened before, and now she's just missing. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not backing up all these statements and saying that all of them are facts. If you want to know more information about any of these topics mentioned in this video, I would suggest you do your own research. Got to make that clear. But and there was one thing I wanted to say. Alright, we're going to leave that right there, man. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you do like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on post notifications. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. The same way you're going to catch me in the next one. Peace. You ain't turn on your post notification. Make sure you turn on your post notifications. You know what I'm saying? Alright, peace.